Dreaming of a high-paying career as a pilot or flight attendant, meet Royal Concord Aviation experts on 8 June at M Crown Hotel Shillong from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Book your slot now and call 720-479-8777.
Nak jingmi isamla puli ki be khon ban yokam maknat pulit ke jela Meghalaya bakar kompanya ik written exam dak Central Recruitment Board CRB kamlong ka babait renti ber kabalong Shiliang khman unongelam kalyang persya yeng rabar thaang ke jela Meghalaya Dr. Mukul sangma loong badong kam ye kabut ban Pynlong exam dak wipan loong bak CRB jong ke Meghalaya police kadiban shemi kimat balakdo dak be khon ye exam mat Rukom hakate katran ban penbyang ik jingduna bat benrap bak Rukom penya boros kata deban pendu khamtam ki written exam ki blada Pynlong bat pengkhre ban Pynlong dak bat Thymmai uni menteri rangba barim ke jela dak bakdo ik advertisement akan rutrek leber job saw ulaong balada penmi advertisement borok ki kendon ki bla produk deban borenti katkum ke Meghalaya Police Act archar shpo
development that has unfolded in the whole recruitment process adopted by the Central Recruitment Board of Meghalaya Police. Now, we are all aware of the fact that an advertisement to that effect for recruitment to fill up various vacancies in the Meghalaya Police Department was notified, rather advertised on the 6th of March 2024. And in the notification itself, it has reflected that the whole entire recruitment process will be conducted as per the revised uniform guidelines for recruitment of police personnel in Meghalaya Police by the issued office memorandum dated 1st December 2023. And as you are aware, whenever an advertisement for recruitment is given through its official advertisement, all the various parameters required to be followed must be in sync, in conformity with the set guidelines. And because the set guidelines becomes the rules, because the set guidelines are again based on the mandate of the law, and in the instant case, it is the Meghalaya Police Act 2010, which is the law which provides this overall responsibility and mandate for recruitment, based on which you also have the transparent recruitment policy adopted by the government. Because the law requires the whole recruitment policy to be completed by adopting this transparent recruitment policy. Now, if you go by the general instruction at para 18 general instructions, as per this notification dated 6 March 2024, I will refer to only one particular specific para of general instruction, which refers to para 18:10. It reads like this: the candidates will be summarily rejected at any stages of recruitment process for not conforming to the official format, oblique having incomplete information, oblique wrong information, oblique incomplete submission of certificate, oblique misrepresentation of facts, oblique impersonation, and necessary legal action will be initiated in such cases as applicable. So this is the operational part in as far as the general instruction is concerned, which I would like to refer to, which contradicts which is contradicted by the press release issued by the Central Recruitment Board Meghalaya Police. I must say that this has generated substantial quantum of suspicion about the integrity of the Central Recruitment Board Meghalaya Police in fulfilling its responsibility to ensure a transparent recruitment exercise as per the set guidelines. Because if you look at the press release, you will see the content of the press release, which was made available to all our friends from media, and it's also available in the social media page of the citizens. In fact, this particular press release has become a matter of debate, and narratives which are circulating are not pleasant to read, because these narratives reflect the doubt of the people of the state as a whole pertaining to the fairness of the whole recruitment process. Tell me one thing, which process of examination ever conducted by various authorities which are mandated with the whole power for recruitment to fill up vacancies have ever resorted to this kind of exercise? I have seen earlier which drew my attention, which was pertaining to the recruitment of Meghalaya Civil Services Preliminary Examination 22-23. At that point of time also, I have expressed my concern lest it becomes a precedence. Now today, what I can comprehend and thereby share my concern is that this government has apparently, to my understanding, scripted this modus operandi to engage in nepotism, in favoritism, in the whole process of recruitment. Now, if you go by the various narratives that is being generated in the social media, it will naturally draw the attention of our citizens of the state and will definitely draw the concern of responsible citizens and responsible leaders. Rather, it should draw the attention and concern of every sensible citizen of the state. I have gone through the various comments, the comments which is based on the reaction which came out as an offshoot of this press release by the Central Recruitment Board, Meghalaya Police. Now, in this whole narrative, there are allegations that in some of the recruitment centers, the people on duty at the time of this written examination in some of the centers were found assisting the competing candidates. And this particular concern is reflected in overall narrative, which is part and parcel of the comments which is available in the relevant social media page. Therefore, there is a reason for all of us to see that this kind of allegations in the whole process of recruitment, which should have its own sanctity, and therefore the trust and confidence of the people, particularly the competing candidates, should not be somehow subjected to this doubt and therefore suspicion, and therefore the resultant questioning of the integrity of the whole recruitment process. I, after having gone through all these narratives, and also some of the candidates who have met me to personally confide in me that yes, during the time of the written examination in some of the centers, the people who were supposed to ensure compliance of all the competing candidates as per the general instruction at the time of conducting of exam were not adhered to, and rather they facilitated the complete environment where candidates, the competing candidates, the aspiring candidates who were appearing in the exam were found to be supported rather with all the necessary answers for some of the identified candidates. These are allegations, but these allegations are available in the social media page. Therefore, there is a reason to definitely go beyond just discussion. This can happen only when this whole process of recruitment, which definitely is questionable now in terms of its integrity in the whole process, this whole recruitment process must be declared null and void in as far as the written exams are concerned, and the competing candidates must be called to appear this written exam afresh. I also would like to draw the attention of everyone concerned here in the whole process, which is to be adhered to by the recruitment board, in as far as the publication of result of tests at every stage of the recruitment process is concerned, for ensuring absolute integrity of the entire process of recruitment. This whole responsibility is binding on the Central Recruitment Board. Therefore, let us not take it for granted that this narrative will only remain as narrative, because the quantum of narrative directed towards doubting the overall integrity of the entire process of recruitment must be taken cognizance of. Petitions, representations, or any other issues pertaining to the recently conducted written test on or before the 6th June 2025. You look at the vagueness. I have not seen any recruitment process which has been somehow defiled by this kind of intervention. It is an intervention in the whole recruitment process. And who has given this order to this chairman of the CRB? Or is it his own decision? Where is it indicated in the notice that in the event of candidates not having furnished any correct roll numbers or etc., will be able to submit any further petition for correction? So this is nothing but the whole sanctity of the whole process of examination is now questionable. Therefore, the doubt that is generated in the minds of these competing candidates have to be taken into consideration before anything else. The doubt, even if they make the best of efforts to ensure integrity now, the doubt has been already generated, the suspicion already generated. The whole effort to ensure the integrity in the whole process of recruitment is definitely questionable now in the minds of every participating candidates, and in the mind of every policymaker, in the mind of all the concerned citizens. You have to understand the magnitude of the fallout of this kind of carelessness in the whole process of recruitment to fill up any vacancy in government sector. Because if the process of recruitment to fill up any vacancy, the whole process is seen as compromised from the perspective of the integrity of the whole recruitment process, then the competing candidates who have failed will have reasons to fret, resulting in frustration, anger, and lack of faith and confidence in the whole system can fuel anger and rebellion. You will have a chaotic society. I have seen it in the past, how many of the youths thought they were victims of government's nepotism. They were victims of the lack of a process which is considered as fully equipped to ensure integrity in the whole process of recruitment. This was considered as one of the reasons where it allowed, I have seen the overall comment on the social media page also, where they say that unless somebody is related to politician, unless somebody is related to government officers, then what will happen to us who are not having this connection? These are questions. And these questions will not be confined to only this one process of recruitment. It goes beyond. And therefore, I have to say that this whole exercise, which has been resorted to by the Central Recruitment Board of the Meghalaya Police, have failed to instill trust and confidence and have failed to conform to all the parameters required to be fulfilled by them in the whole process till date, in as far as ensuring the integrity in the whole recruitment process of the CRB, Meghalaya Police, to this effect, to ensure that this whole examination process, in as far as the written examination for this recruitment for different categories of post is concerned, must be reconducted. Please also refer to this particular vis-a-vis the contradiction which is available in its press release, asking or rather inviting petition for correction of whatever datas. If you go by, if you read this, I'm sure you all have, because this is a press release issued by the chairman of the Central Recruitment Board, Meghalaya Police. It reads like this. This is for general information to candidates. As the written test has been successfully completed, the CRB office is contemplating on the careful examination of answer scripts and OMR sheets of all the different 9 examinations with an aim to speed up the process in order to declare the results early. However, due to pouring applications requesting correction of wrongly entered roll numbers, series, etc., the process is slowed down. Who has called for this application? Who has called for this application? That due to pouring applications requesting correction of wrongly entered roll numbers and series, etc., the process is slowed down. Is there any provision for the candidates to submit any petition to that regard, to that direction? Does the recruitment policy provide this? This is one. Then another one. Therefore, it is requested to all concerned candidates to kindly submit with applications, complaints, petitions, representations, or any other issues pertaining to the recently conducted written test on or before the 6th June 2025. I have not seen any recruitment process which has been somehow defiled by this kind of intervention. It is an intervention in the whole recruitment process. And who has given this order to this chairman of the CRB? Or is it his own decision? Where is it indicated in the notice that in the event of candidates not having furnished any correct roll numbers or etc., will be able to submit any further petition for correction? So this is nothing but the whole sanctity of the whole process of examination is now questionable. Petitions, representations, or any other issues pertaining to the recently conducted written test on or before the 6th June 2025.
Habatin, pej bahagi kashab plus F.
Ka plus F?
Hakabam bangibam dunaki eki bataye kamet. Namar kata habathiru atau khau kamlu ka umpnyang kadut pej ya kashab plus F hakajingsom. Yaki nutrient kumki vitamin bat ka ayan la icon diat bat ka bathau bha kam khta ka dur jingki marbam ka jingma lani ka rukom shed yaki
balehi bana kita
Kadon ka we ka jing mentoy ba kongsan. Ka kot ka kia. Ka nutrition ba kambha ka jing im ba kambha pendon kam daki mar ba medon ka sharp plus F menta ka sngi.
Lawan Ra Shapi Lingba ko office jong Commissionerate of Food Safety Meghalaya.